this movie really good. But so a while ago, like in April, I asked my birth mum about some of my family history and like where we're from and stuff. You know, they like share our stuff. Anyway, I've downloaded it myself, but that's not the point. I'm so sorry, I'm like really sorry. I'm using my laptop for this. It's like I'm butchering YouTube using. So, we're from a lot of places actually, it's really cool. Anyway. So, we're gonna go on each side of the family. Some news. I don't have much on my dad's side. It's the only problem. I'm pretty sure we're from like Wales and Ireland in England. I think we're mainly from Wales and Ireland. We're mainly from like Wales, Ireland, Scotland. It's kind of, you know, my dad's side where we're from. That's all we know. Though. But that's all I know on my dad's. My grandmother's side moves. No, that's not the point. We can't get too deep into that. But like I have names. And we'll kind of need some help to find out more about this family. So I'm gonna read you some text because it has some names. Anyway, also I can't really tell me from our culture. Alright, so on my grandy side my grandy side's family is from New Zealand, a very long time line of being from New Zealand. And before that was mostly England and Ireland on Poppy's side. So Poppy's side, my puppy is grandfather. Anyway, beside grandpa, my puppy's dad was the first of his ancestors to be born in Australia. Before that, his family came from Poland, Russia, Estonia. On Nana's side, her family were convicts who came from Scotland. Her great grandmother Mary Gilbert was physical, had the first white baby born mainland Australia called John Melbourne Gilbert. He was born in Melbourne. That's why I still know that one. She's done a lot of research. Anyway. Okay, so it's about Poppy's side. These last names are going to feel hard. Well, his father, Alexander, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, especially since this is like my side. Matthew Ooh, it's C-U-K. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna go Cook. That's where we got Cook from. That last name now, Cook. Cook was an aristocrat, which just means he was a nobleman, like a lord, pretty much. Just that's the fancy word for it. He was a lord, pretty much, no person. He came to Australia to escape persecution because of the Russian Revolution. They were born in Russia. He was born in Tallinn, the capital of Estonia, which was part of the Russian Empire at the time. He was in the army at one point. We believe that's when he escaped and came to Rockhampton, where he met Grandpa's mum, Emily Ora Prozowski, and they had a baby in Brisbane before moving to Sydney with her parents. Emily's father was a really well-respected guy, so like noble person. Her to Australia to see Mum from London. He was from Discna Prussia, I think that's supposed to be Prussia, which is now Poland. His name was Gotcha Progsky. I think that last name's really cool. I'm so sad we got rid of that last name. I don't know about his family other than his father's name was Joseph. All that goes are in Sheen. So I think it's very similar to Russian. Could be Polish nowadays. I think it might be Polish. Very similar to Polish nowadays, I think. I could be wrong. Parisians, I don't know. I know Grandpa's mum Emily died when he was only 4. She had a backyard. I don't want to say that. It's so sad. Anyway, she had a backyard abortion and died from it. So remember, this was in like, very early 1900s. Let's say like 1900s, maybe late 1800s. This would have happened. Let's just say that. That's kind of my timeline. I'm gonna make a timeline through this, guys. I promise. Yeah. Anyway, now to Cook side. So yeah, the last name's Cook. Now we went from Cook. C-U-K. K. Don't mind dyslexia. And went to Cook. Anyway, now Cook is Grandpa's wife. She died. I think I even met her. Anyway, now Cook's side. Her father worked in a factory. His name was Reginald Wesley Gilbert. He was an asshole. He was a real asshole according to Nana. I don't think I've ever met the woman. So sad I met her. She's dead now. She was my puppy's mum, and she's also Poppy's uncle too. So he died before he too. So this sounds kind of ending. I met his mother also. Her mother was Mildred Olga Erzman. Died when I was really young too. She died from an infection. Her life was really sad. Cool mom, thanks for that. She grew up almost entirely in foster care with her little sister. Her mom, Elizabeth Morris, I think that's a really good last name, was drunk, who getting arrested. Her father, Alexander, what's everyone Alexander? Really what my name. Erzman was a gambler who abandoned the family when she was really young. Parents also called, and they were farmers who lived out in Bathurst, and they came from Ireland. Why is me my Ireland history here? I'm really okay. Reginald Gilbert, my nana's dad. Great nana, sorry. His family were cattle drivers, lived in a small town near, I feel like I've already read this, Young, New South Wales, but they were from Melbourne. And their parents were convicts from Tanzania, then called Van Diemen's Land. James and Mary Gilbert. James was James was a blacksmith, and that's how they came to the first group of settlers from Port Phillip, Melbourne, on Grandees, I think that's probably Grandees side. Anyway, they were all just farmers mostly. The Jackson line, which is Grandee's mum's family. They were from Ripley, Yorkshire, so England. They lived on this land for centuries, called Beck. I've traced them back to the 1700s, where they were just Jacksmans. And her family are all early settlers of New Zealand. When the white people came, obviously sadly they were mostly on the British side of during the Maori Wars. So that's about that. But one of her ancestors came to Hastings as a big part of the railway built in the early 800s. And even some of the family were buried here in Gisborne, because my mum was in Gisborne, in the Terrick cemetery near my stepmom's work. So my mum had trouble actually with my grandpa's mum, because no one knew anything about her except for her first name Emily and Poppy and Grandpa dad, so she couldn't ask them. And I found Nana and Poppy's marriage certificate and Poppy's all stuff. I didn't know Mum at the time. I didn't know Mum had Poppy's all stuff. It had the name of both parents. Poppy, Poppy's, and her name Emily Aurora Proscoffi, because that helped. Like Nana Cook's grandmother was hard to track because she kept getting married and divorced. She was Elizabeth Morris Benjamin, which was sometimes recorded as Esmond, then Potts, then Herbert, and sometimes back to Morris. It's really fun to sometimes whatever family, like, he was born in Imogen. I got chose from his person. So it's good fun. But nothing. And she sounds very European. I really am. I mainly like, it's like either really, really Western or really, really Eastern. Like, girl, you're that side, you're that side. And I'm gonna text her a little more about this. So yeah, I should have done this on my laptop. Anyway, this is probably gonna come a series where I do some studying. And I find more about I'm telling a series. This is also me telling Bella I'm doing a series. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. Hi, this is Saraid and Bella. I'm Saraid. Don't mind my room. I'm a teenager, guys. That's not actually rubbish, that's just my stuff. I just don't have a lot of storage in the moment. Yeah, I'm trying to figure my room out. I've lived here for nearly 6 years. I keep changing my room. I'm gonna talk to my mum more. I'm gonna continue on my ancestry stuff myself. It's really hard to track family when I wasn't taught a lot at a young age about the family. I'm gonna add more because I have people in here, but I don't know the timeline. It's my problem. I can guess when they were born, but like that's hard because I kind of need that information. But I'm gonna do probably next part today. But bye. Saraid and Bella. Boy. No, I'm not doing that again.